Have you ever wanted to own your very own genuine Wheat Boy action figure? Well, now I do, and he sits above my bed against this beautiful diamond block. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to, oh my goodness gracious, inside of my body and my face and everything. Hello, welcome back to another brand new episode of Tritoncraft, where we are inside of my beautiful little home here. Hello there, Jelly. Welcome everybody to Nick's place. Today we are going to be kind of catching up with some progress of a bunch of different things that we have been working on around the village here, and we're going to do some on-cram rebuilding, as B-dubs would call it. Speaking of building, I don't like this window. You guys let me know if you like this window or not. I really dislike this window because it's not centered underneath the peak of the house here. I really think I should shrink this down to maybe a one wide window, because then it would match the window on the other side in there behind the Wheat Boy. And then, you know, we could just do a little tiny awning over that window. I just don't like the way that it comes kind of over here under this part of the roof over there. But we take a look in here. I've been cracking out the old armor stand mod. I actually love this. This is the one that Hermitcraft uses. This kind of click and scroll thing here. Wait, lock interaction. That should be locked. But it's so easy. It's so much easier to do this armor stand stuff now because it has this whole GUI here, where you could just like literally move things by like an absolute like tiny little bit. Like if we scroll this, it'll just rotate this just like this. It's so cool. It's so quick. It's so easy. So I really love armor stand stuff. I really feel like it adds like all that extra layer of detail. And this is just a little spruce leaf, and I got the bushy leaves, and then that's on top of a little dead bush in a little planter. We've got a loom, we've got our gold block there, and we've got secret wheat. There's secret wheat hiding underneath there. Jelly, don't tell them about the wheat. Got our little piston block over here. We've got our brewing set up over here. This is our first ever iron helmet. I trimmed that out in some amethyst. Don't look out the window there. That's spoilers. We've got our pottery shirts and stuff like that in here. I love the way the loom looks, popping out the little mouth up there. Just got some random chiseled bookshelves with some mending and some unbreaking books in there. We've got our brewing stuff kicking around in here. Absolutely love it. Over here, we've got another one of our little plants. We've got some bushy azalea leaves there on top of a planter, diamond block. And yeah, I really love this because the armor stand mod lets you shrink down the size of the armor stands now, like pretty significantly. So that's why I can shrink this armor stand down to get it to be the size of a mini diamond block. And then, yeah, the little Wheat Boy is just propped up there against the diamond block while Sir Graham and this horse dude hangs out over the bed. I really do love this headboard. It's a small thing, but I really didn't want to just do anything like really plain or whatever. Just get some sleep here. I didn't want to do anything that was super plain or anything. I wanted to have at least a little bit of design in there, because I mean there's not a lot of room in this house. And then like I was trying to figure out where I was going to put in lighting in here, and I decided to add this runner along the edge of the ceiling because these are half slabbages here. So we added in this runner here that goes all along the kind of exterior portion of the house here, and that's where we hung our lanterns, and I think that looks really nice. Got our little pottery thing rocking and rolling here. It ain't much, but it's mine. It's my beautiful home. First ever diamond pick hanging up there. Really love that. And then if we pop out here, you can actually take a look and you can see just this little porch awning here. We've got some flowers, some of our little pink flowers, little pink petals and stuff like that hanging out here. I really love that. But I've been a busy boy. We have gotten a lot of stuff done. Yeah, we've got to work on a little bit of a lighting thing here. But what I need to do is our first thing we're going to actually build on Camry here. And then I'm going to take you on a little tour, and we're going to show you all the work that we've done, adding a whole bunch of all of these different things. Literally kind of everywhere, actually. And it's been really amazing, and I'm actually really loving this light design. So right here, right now, because of these lamps just don't give off enough light. That's kind of the only drawback of them. So we need extra light, but I also needed extra light along the pathways and kind of in the woods surrounding the village, because eventually we'll have the wall built to protect the whole village. But, you know, we want to make sure that we're not having mobs spawn kind of anywhere near it. So what we need to do is we need to have a little bit of a lighting solution. And this is what I used in the pathways and stuff as well. I forgot that this is all cobblestone already because of reasons, but we pop this little guy in here. Actually, glad I grabbed these leaves. We'll pop some of these guys in here like this, and kind of like giving the path like a little bit of life and stuff. Did I get rid of the full block? Okay, hang on. Hey, Nick, why don't you ever build on camera? Nick, you should build on camera. This is why, because I constantly am forgetting stuff when I do this stuff not on camera, and then I got to stop and start a whole bunch of different times, and it just kind of annoys the absolute crap out of me. So what I've been doing is we've been taking kind of a variant little block palette here. I don't like to make any of these patches more than usually like 3 of these blocks, and tough has been kind of the dominant one in here. But we hide a block light down here. It doesn't have to be a shroom light, just a block light. Doesn't matter what it is, and then we're going to make ourselves a little bush. I actually did this in the Spring Creek SMP, and I really loved it there, so I decided I was going to bring it back here, and then we just kind of start populating this with a whole bunch of leaves because they are translucent blocks. Light will pass through them. Don't need that one there, though. Take that one out of there. And usually about too high is about as big as I've been going with these. And I just kind of been, you know, some of them, you know, sometimes these are exposed, sometimes they're not. I think that's actually where the light is, so we actually want to bury that one. There we go. There we go. And now it's just kind of now. And another thing that it helps to do is it helps to take up some space on this pathway here, because obviously we have this pathway that goes out of the barn and goes over into the wider village, but it was just this big empty area. And I mean, I wasn't going to add a building here or anything like that. And you don't want to add anything that's going to distract away, I don't think, from the barn or from anything else, all the other detail we're going to have going on here. So last thing we need to do, though, is we just kind of add in some rocks, because we're starting to work on the terraforming aspects of the village here. So I've been kind of throwing in, quote unquote, rocks, different places. You would notice a bunch of these around the nether portal when I built that the other day. In the last episode, technically it would have been for you guys. It was a while ago for me, to be honest. I haven't been back to the nether since, really. I really haven't had to, except for maybe doing like a little bit of expansion of my tunnel for netherite, but other than that, I really haven't done much in the nether. But yeah, we just kind of been adding a little bit of that action there, and I've even been taking like a little bit of little button action and then adding the buttons. It's just one final little element here. You can see there's already some over there on the pathway, just like little extra options, just like, you know, just to kind of add a little bit more detail in the block palette here and a little bit more variety. So now we've got this just kind of big, like little bushy leaf thing here that's just kind of hanging out. Turn off the mini HUD there so we can really get a good sense of it. I mean, you can see the light down in there. It doesn't really bother me that you can see the light, but I really love, like, I mean, again, look at the amount of depth in there and just kind of adding the variance in there. Like, I really think, especially when you look at it from a little bit further away, like it just makes a nice little bush that is just kind of hanging out here in the valley, providing a little bit of light for that pathway there. And you'll actually see this is actually something that I've been continuing to try to work on throughout the entire base area. And as we kind of terraform the forest and everything like that surrounds the area here, we've been adding more and more of these bushes in here to kind of try to extend the lighting perimeter of the village further out into the woods. That way we don't have any nasties. I mean, once the wall's built, it's not really going to matter a whole lot anyway, but at the very least we'll be able to keep mobs kind of pushed behind the wall some distance. Like, they'll be way out here in the woods whenever they actually do spawn. But yeah, like, I really love, again, just you add the rocks in here, the little buttons for, like, you know, your smaller little rocks. I might add some little patches of gravel or some coarse dirt, other things like that in here, just to variate up and just to get rid of some of the grass texture, just because I really like forest floor that, like, has a lot of different textural variation to it. I don't necessarily want to just do just the bushes, but for now I think it's a really good start. You'll see I did terraform this over here. This is where our big giant gap used to be. And it's, well, it's technically still here, but I really, really love just kind of bringing this in like this. We will stick a couple more trees back in here. I think we're just going to, outside of the village, we're just going to stick to vanilla trees. I don't think we're going to get into doing any custom tree work outside here, but I could be, we'll see how I feel in the moment, I guess. Custom tree work is always a really, really tough thing for me. And I wanted to kind of zoom out here, like, just kind of show you what we've got going on along the path here. Again, with just more of these bushes and stuff like that. Like I said, sometimes the little post is exposed, sometimes it's not. Like maybe like a little branch is sticking out or doing something, who knows. But I just kind of tried to add these in everywhere, basically wherever we needed extra lighting to continue pushing lighting down the pathways and stuff like that. We've also got glow lichen in here, in between some of the trees. And is that a floating slab? I don't know how I did that. Must have been that maybe there was a piece of grass there, and when I tried to put the slab down, it didn't go down all the way or whatever. I don't necessarily know, but I mean, it just adds a lot more character to the forest. It's not just ferns and trees and grass. Like, it just adds a lot more of something. And eventually, at least in the immediate vicinity of all of the pathways and stuff, there will be bushes like that kind of spread all throughout everywhere. You'll see some areas as well where we pepper them in right underneath and right next to the trees. The foliage gets a little bit more dense and whatnot, which I also, again, I really, really, really love. But yeah, just let me know what you guys think of the bush design. I really, really do love them, and I think that it's starting to add a lot more life and a lot more kind of vibrancy and everything to what we've got going on here. But we cannot ignore any longer our beautiful retaining wall here, which I'm going to pepper in some replay mod footage of the construction of this while we get everything started. So you take a look at our retaining wall here. In the replay mod footage, you're going to notice that I deconstruct and then reconstruct the thing about 50,000 times, just because I just could not manage to decide exactly what I wanted it to look like, exactly what sections I did and didn't want to be kind of sticking out and be a little bit more prominent, because I wanted to go for a lot of depth here, which is another reason why we also use the walls and stuff, because it just looks better, I think, to have the walls in here like this versus having actual blocks, because they sit a little bit further in from the wall. You'll notice we also did use, in the time lapse there, we used some leaf blocks in here, and the leaves we added in there because I gotta make sure I have a silk touch tool, because when there's a block behind a wall, like say we're just gonna steal this and borrow this, beep, you'll see how it creates that ridge of that wall like right there, and I really don't like that. And I mean, I know I could have left it blank, and I know I talked in previous episodes about wanting to leave some gap. I left a whole cave over there just completely empty when I was doing terraforming, okay? So give me a break. But I really didn't want to leave gaps behind these walls, even though there is lighting back there, because the light will pass through and actually is lighting up the ground out here in front of the wall as well. So these are just tough and deep slate brick walls. I think they actually look really, really good together, especially when you get just like a little bit further away from them. That's underground, Nick, not above ground. But especially when you get like a little bit further away from them, like you can just kind of see, it just looks like some parts of the wall, some parts of the brick have maybe faded just a little bit, which I really, really, really love. The spruce fence gates here are a little bit of a concept, kind of playing around with different concepts. So some things are like, you'll notice it's in like a really half-done state. It's not done. It's not done. Definitely not done. But it's kind of in a half-done state like this because I really wanted to see what some different contrasty elements would look like. Of course, we want to use a lot of spruce in the build because we're in our spruce forest, and that's kind of been one of our major motifs here. But I also have been playing around with adding things like these oak stairs here, which, the color is a match. Look at that beautiful, just perfect match. This aspect I don't want a contrast to, but it's kind of it's such a pain because I don't have dark oak. Like, the wandering trader keeps coming, he keeps bringing saplings that are everything but dark oak, which absolutely drives me crazy. So I finally decided, like, that's kind of, we're going to get in the meat and potatoes of this episode in a few moments here. I finally decided, like, enough is enough. We have to go find a dark oak forest. And what always spawns in a dark oak forest? A woodland mansion. And how do you find a woodland mansion in Minecraft? Well, you get a cartographer and you feed him emeralds and he gives you a map, and then you go follow that map to find the forest. That's exactly what we are going to do because I've had enough. I need dark oak. Like, I desperately need dark oak. That's also gonna, because it's 1.21, and I know I can't decide on whether a thing is called a trail ruin or a trial chamber. I said it about 50,000 different ways in different episodes. It's been, what is this, episode 7? 7 episodes, and I still have not done a trial chamber in 1.21, and that's like one of the whole big things that they added here in 1.21, with your vaults, with your loot, with your copper, and all that other kind of happy nonsense. I have not done one yet, and I really want to do one, but the cartographers also sell maps that will lead you to a trial chamber. So by getting a cartographer, we're going to be able to satisfy our need for dark oak by finally finding a forest. We're going to have to take a very long journey to get to a dark oak forest, and we'll also be able to go check out a trial chamber whenever the time comes. But let me know conceptually what you think about the dark oak stairs. I actually really love this. I think this is something we're actually going to utilize in the buildings in the village as well, not just the wall. Like, I feel like I really want to add this to like all the posts that are like even part of my house. Like, even if we come up here and we take a look at my house here, like, I really feel like I want to like add even those elements in here, just because it's going to give a little extra character to the exterior of the house. But I don't want to go crazy with it either. You know, I don't want to overdo it. So yeah, let me know what you think of this element, If you think any element would look good kind of in between this span. I tried out some fence. I don't really like the fence. Maybe a different contrasty color of fence, or maybe iron bars I don't think would look good either. Maybe trapdoors or something like that. Maybe chains. I'm not 100% sure, but obviously we just need more blocks in the palette here to play around in the space. I can see night is setting in, so before we get into the meat and potatoes and get building on Cramry again here, I want to take a look at our lamp design and let me know what you guys think of our lamp design as well. This is just copper trapdoors over copper bulbs. The copper bulbs are exposed and the trapdoors are weathered, so kind of stage 2 and stage 3 respectively. But I really love that kind of contrast of the little spoke. It's like almost a little spoke design, but because of the aging, you get that color variation in there as well. But then you get these little areas like this right here, that little slice right there, where it kind of matches up. It looks really good. I actually really love that. I don't love the tough wall right below it because the light's exposed underneath it. I tried maybe hoppers to see if hoppers would look good. I don't think hoppers look good, and I don't think a full block looks good. So I'm trying to figure out what I can utilize maybe to put underneath there that will look better than the tough wall. The rest of the light design I really love. Let's get a little nappy poo in here, and then we're going to get into the meat and potatoes of this episode. We're going to build ourselves a little cartographer's hut kind of welcome station, and we're going to hopefully get our hands on some maps that will help us, help us collect more stuff, since that's all Minecraft's about, right? Is just getting more crap. So the wheat boy is judging me from behind me. We got to go to sleep. God, look at how ugly that looks. That looks... So, I need you to go get in the minecart and not give me a hard time about it. There you go. He should make it all the way. Like, there's powered rails and stuff like that. And there we go. He's in. Wait, I put light in there, right? He needs a cartography table here in, boop, right there. We will work on designing what this guy's house is going to look like and all this stuff later. I am not that concerned about it right now. I just want to get this house, like, built and whatever. So make sure we don't whack you with the frickin' pickaxe here. There we go. Go to bed. Go to bed. There you go. Thank you. We'll do some redesigns of this guy's interior here and everything like that at some point. I don't know when necessarily, but we will. Oh, that's right. He's got like a paper trade. I don't really care about like... Oh, God. This is going to cost me a fortune, though. I just have a bunch of empty maps. Thank you for the empty maps. I appreciate you, sir. Okay, Ocean Explorer maps. The frustrating thing about Ocean Explorer maps, too, is I don't need them. I actually need to go to my librarians because I want to grab some cheap compasses here. Also, I'm going to need to get more emeralds, probably. Yeah, I don't need an Ocean Explorer map because the way I came, the ocean I came across, that like 10,000 blocks that I came across in the first episode, I passed by about 30 ocean temples on the way. Funny thing too is they're all like in a straight line. Like literally I can go from here and just head straight back to the west and I'll run across ocean temple after ocean temple after ocean temple. Like I don't even gotta look for them. They were all literally in a straight line. I had footage of it. I cut it all. All right, let's go make some glass paint. We'll unlock this trade this stuff to our cartographer, unlock him to the next level. I really like the changes to the house here. Obviously, we sorted out in the time lapse there. I really like the changes to the house here. Like the exterior, it's not square on the outside, which I really like. And we'll work with the inside, like I said, especially when we put that fireplace in here. Fireplace is going to make this place really nice, and it's not going to look so boxy inside. Once we figure that out, I need glass panes, right? Yeah, I mean glass panes is even stupider too because like they're super simple to get a bunch of. Like, really easily. Trail Explorer map. Ooh. Wait, is that Trail Ruins, or is that going to give me the trial chamber like I want? Because I want a trial chamber. I guess let's just see. Now I can sell him compasses. Okay. What is this for? This is right nearby, too. What? There's no icon on this map, though. Maps have been real wonky for me ever since I started this. Like, back in... I can't remember what episode it was. One of the episodes where I found maps going across... It was one of the exploration episodes. I think it might have been episode 2. I'm not a... Wait, episode 2? I can't remember what episode it was. But there was an episode where I went out exploring, and every time I found a sunken treasure map, like a hidden treasure map in a boat, it acted like it was an empty map, and like it... treated it like, and it wrote like the new map details to it, but it didn't tell me anything else. Like, I don't know. Yeah, what a bust. Which doesn't help me at all, because like like I said, if the game's like all like that just means it's somewhere underneath one of these chunks, which how many chunks are on a map? I think it's what, 128 by 128. Why don't we go back and just buy another map from him and see what it looks like? See if maybe like this one just glitched for some reason, and like if we buy another one, like that one will make... I don't know what's happening. Nope. Take your busted ass map back. Why? Woodland Explorer map. There we go. Now tell me it actually has a thing on it. Okay, there we go. Perfect. God, look how small the dot in the corner is. That's so far away. Ah, boy. Okay. He also has a Woodland Explorer map, so let's see. Is it the same one? Nope, it's a different one, so we're spoiled for choice in terms of which one we want to go to, but unfortunately that means he's not going to give us, because this guy also had an Ocean Explorer map, so we don't have another one for the Trail Ruins, unfortunately. Okay, it looks like they're both in the same direction, too. Honestly, because we're in the bottom left-hand corner of both maps. I mean, that doesn't mean that one of them's, like, way closer or way further, or, like, they're right... It doesn't mean that they're right near each other, I should say. Like, they could be infinitely thousands of blocks apart still, even compared to that. So, we're spoiled for choice. We'll probably just pick one at random, and we will begin our long journey, but we're not going to do that until the next... You guys can't have any more babies. There's no more beds for you guys to have babies for. Oh, jelly. What an absolute mess of an episode it has been. We didn't even get the house built that we were trying to build in this episode. It's just kind of half done. I can't really decorate it or do anything else with it until I'm 100% sure of exactly what I want it to look like. The kind of cool thing is now we've got some cartographers in here. I don't know that we're going to keep all of them. Spoiler alert. Don't get too attached to all of them. We got to keep we got to keep our farmer, obviously. We had to move him up here so we could do some breeding and stuff, but he may as well just stay here until we figure out what we're going to do farm-wise. But, I mean, it's the beginning of something, right? Like, it's the start of something, and they're at least protected in there and just kind of doing their thing. So until we get back and until we finish the house, until we finish adding details and all that stuff like that, we're just going to leave it as is. And that is where I'm going to leave this episode. So I do want to thank you so much for watching. Hey, at least we got this bush built today. This is what we got, the bush built. This is all that really matters. I do hope that you really enjoyed the episode. Please leave a comment down below. Please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Next time, we're striking out on another journey, and it looks like we're going to be heading, based on the corner I was in that map, looks like we're going to be heading to the northeast in search of a woodland mansion. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.